Okay, we have our song mixed down, but it really doesn't help us as long as it's sitting inside our DP-02. We need to get it out somehow. Follow me. Now, let's get this master track file onto a special area of your hard disk or compact flash card. Press Menu, we'll go down into Wave, and from here you can export individual tracks or export the master track from your loaded song. If you want to export individual tracks, select this, and then you can check off any particular one just by turning the data dial, selecting a track, and then just hitting enter, and that will export them out. This pulls all of your tracks and places them onto a special area of your hard disk or your compact flash card called a FAT partition. FAT is just an old acronym in the computer world for file allocation table. What that means to you and me is this: there's a special partition in your internal hard drive or your compact flash card that communicates with the external world. You can write to it, and it all lives in a separate section of your hard disk or compact flash card. Once your files are in that FAT partition, you can move them back and forward to a USB connected computer. So the transfer is kind of like a two-step. If you want to move tracks from your DP-02 into a computer, you would first export the tracks from the main operating area of the DP-02 and place them in the FAT partition. A connected computer can then easily be able to see those files, and you can just drag and drop them around. Let's follow an example and connect up a computer. With my computer connected, I'll open the USB connection by pressing Menu and USB and Enter. My DP-02 just turns up like any old removable hard drive that you would normally find on your computer. If you open up, we have 3 directories or folders here. Now please be careful with these directories. Don't rename them or delete them, just leave them the way they are. Okay, let's go to the first one, Backup. This allows you to copy entire songs onto your computer. So you'll actually use the menu data backup procedure in your DP-02, and they'll just turn up right here. So for example, if you have some backups here, you might want to make up a folder. I've made up one here called rehearsal folders. Rehearsal backups right on my desktop, and then you could just copy them, over into that guy, and that way you could have backups of all of your particular songs, and then you can rename these folders to something a bit more meaningful, like the date that you made these backups. And then when you want to get them back into your DP-02, then you would just drag from these folders and pop them back in here. I wouldn't rename these guys, I would just rename the folders out here to kind of help get you organized. But whenever you do want to restore back into your DP-02, just drag them from these folders, pop them into this folder, and do the restore function. Okay, the second folder we'll look at is the WAV folder, and here's where we have all of the individual tracks that we just exported, and sure enough, they're all right here. Now, if we exit out of this, the utility folder here is used for system updates. Descriptions of how to use this folder is normally given within any update software that you might have downloaded from Tascam's website. So with the WAV folder holding all of our individual tracks that we just exported a few moments ago, guess what you can do? You could send them to maybe some of your friends who might have a massive Pro Tools rig. Maybe run them through some effects or plugins on your own sound editing program that you might have on your computer. Basically anything you want. This ability to export to the outside world gives you unlimited ways to share your raw tracks with others in any way you see fit. And the opposite is available too. Imagine you have some tracks or loops on your computer that you might want to bring into your internal tracks. Just drag them into that WAV folder and then import them into the regular working tracks of your DP-02. I have a few tracks here that I want to drag into my WAV folder. I'll just grab them and drag them right in here. That'll just take a moment. And then when it's all done, open this up. We have our 8 tracks and also our new stuff that'll turn up once we get into our DP-02. Let's close the USB connection. Now on my DP-02, I'll go to Menu, Wave, Import Track, and here are all of the tracks that we just imported, including those vocals and also drum loops. Just select any one you want and decide which track you want to import into. By the way, here are the specs of the types of files that can be imported.